Hello everyone to this second DSG vlog. My name is Christopher Sanchez. I'm one of the two co-chairmen of the Debating Society Germany, and thank you very much for sending feedback on the first vlog. Mostly it revolved around me trying to keep it shorter, so here I am trying to keep it short. I hope I'll be successful because there's yet again a lot I would like to tell you about and talk about. Firstly, I'd like to express my sincere thanks to the organizers of EURO Open 2016 that have taken place in Hamburg this year. As you know, we had to suspend it in the last year, 2015, because of preparation for WSDC. I'd like to thank Sebastian Kruse, Ines Enderlin, Hannah Heinrichs and Lukas Kirschbaum for their work and commitment there at their school at GSB Bergedorf. I think it was an amazing experience, and it was in many ways a milestone tournament for us because for the first time we've had power pairing. We also had this nice little booklet here that gave some orientation to the teams, of which 39 showed up and appeared in Hamburg. Most of them international teams, 39 of them, so we're very happy that we've had, after suspending it for a year, that there are so many teams returning and staying loyal to EURO Open, and we think it was a great opportunity to keep EURO Open alive here in Germany, and I thank very much everyone up there in Hamburg for putting all this work and effort into what was an amazing week. I think there was overwhelmingly positive feedback from all involved. Secondly, on the 8th of November, we had the election night, the presidential US election, and we had trial Team Germany debaters show up at the IHK in Stuttgart, which was organized by DAZ and LPB, Landeszentrale für politische Bildung. We had a show debate there on the motion "This House believes that Donald Trump presidency is a threat to global security." We were allowed or able to open the entire evening, which was then followed by exhibitions and other discussions and so on. But having been the first on the schedule, we were able to face a large crowd and advertise what we were doing. So thank you very much also for giving us that opportunity there if you're watching. There was also a notable mention of our appearance in the Stars and Stripes, which is a military newspaper, and there's a link below if you want to check that out. Thirdly, I'd like to announce that on the 10th of December there will be the annual general meeting, which is the AGM or JHV, Jahreshauptversammlung. It will be at 4 o'clock at Neckarpark Youth Hostel in Stuttgart-Bad Cannstatt. We invite everyone who is a member to join us and sit in and listen and participate as well. There will be an election coming up, a very important one, because unfortunately Jana Gielke, our co-chairman, had to relocate to Dresden and won't be available to help us and assist us anymore as much at DSG, so she had to sadly give up her position as chairperson, but we already have a volunteer succeeding her. That is Klaus-Peter Heil from the Parliamentary Schwäbisch Gmünd. If you haven't received the invitation yet, then it's possible that either your inboxes are full and it has been returned to us, or your email address has changed and we weren't able to trace you down. So please contact us if you are a member and you haven't received the invitation, that we can so that we can update your email address and we can send it to you. Even if you're not a member, you can still show up and sit in and either just participate, but obviously you can't vote on certain issues, or you become a member on site. Either way, we invite people to show up, participate, and just give us their opinion on how things should proceed in DSG. Fourth on my list is an invitation that we've received to Dallas, Texas. That is the old Parkland High School, a very distinguished school that has its own smaller, more or less private debating tournament happening with 6 US teams and 6 international teams. And we have been invited to be fully funded to attend as well, and we are allowed to send 3 speakers and 1 coach, and we have chosen members of the current Team Germany selection process. Their names are Cleona Herkommer, Markus Non and Sonja Miehen, and they will most likely be accompanied by our current Team Germany coach, Laura Alves from Germany, and possibly there's a chance that Ellie Baines can travel as well, since she's currently in the United States and may be able to show up there. We're still figuring that out, but those are the candidates that we're sending to Dallas, Texas to participate in the old Parkland High School SDC, taking place on the 9th and 10th of February, not the, I don't know if I mentioned the previous date, it's 9th and 10th of February. is when they're going. And once again, we're very grateful for this opportunity, so these international speakers can even gain even more experience on international tournaments. That's Old Parkland High School in Texas. Next on the list is the 6th and 7th of March. We are offering a 2-day training for teachers who are either already acquainted with or have not yet been in contact with debating in Baden-Württemberg, because it's sponsored by the Ministry of Education, so it's going to be no costs involved for any participant. We're expecting 20 people to show up at the youth hostel in Stuttgart for a 2-day training on elements of debating. We haven't come up yet with a concrete list of items that we're going to do, but it will be an introduction mostly aimed to people not yet having been in contact with debating. But if you have some experience, you're just as invited, of course. It will be most likely myself and hopefully yet another tutor or trainer who could assist me giving a 2-day instruction and introduction to debating. It will be centrally organized by the Ministry of Education. So if you're a teacher, you have this Lehrerfortbildungsportal, LFB or LFP, where you can sign up. It's not yet registered, but just to keep the date in mind, if you're interested, 6th and 7th of March, that's the Monday and Tuesday after the winter break. Next is we've received an email from Sabrina Effenberger. She's Vice President of Tournament Organization with the VDCH. Das ist Verband der Debattierclubs an Hochschulen. That is the association that organizes debating both in German and English in Germany, Switzerland and Austria. They've asked if it's possible to start talking about cooperation between our two associations and societies, since we're more or less into the same thing and we have the same goals. And I said, absolutely, sure, why not? So they're now working on a list of ideas on what this cooperation could look like, since our debaters, mostly, not all of them, but a lot do become later university debaters, so that we can help them transitioning into that new format, which is British Parliamentary. So any ideas that will show up, we can put on the table and see how we can strengthen our cooperation there with VDCH. Speaking of British Parliamentary, we've received only one response from FAG Vaihingen about having this British Parliamentary tournament in Cambridge. That is scheduled where we have the workshop and tryouts on the 14th of January. That's scheduled there, but unfortunately, if we don't have more teams participating, remember in British Parliamentary it's only 2-person teams. We may not be able to accept that invitation, because we will also have to fly in a tutor from Cambridge who would give us a workshop and then the trial debates on that Saturday in January. And if there are not enough teams, then there's probably no reason for us to do it. So if you want to still participate as a trial team to go to the Cambridge SDC, which is scheduled for the 18th of February, that's a Saturday, then please write us no later than 10th of December. Let us know that at the very latest, so that we can decide on whether to fly in a tutor or not to give the instruction on the British Parliamentary format, and later on to send a team to Cambridge. All right. Apart from that, there's now the quick run-through of international tournaments that are approaching. On the 16th of December, there's the Winter Holiday Open in Zagreb, Croatia. So we have Team Germany members going, but also other teams. So if you're still interested in going there, it's currently expecting 88 teams. So there's quite a large tournament from Friday 16th to Sunday of 18th of December in Zagreb, Croatia. Then there's the English College Open taking place on the 27th of January till 29th. There's currently 2 debaters going or interested and 1 coach available. So there are vacancies for debaters if you want to tag along there. It's the English College Open in Tallinn, Estonia on the last weekend of January. Sadly, it collides a little bit with the Junior League rounds, which are on the afternoon of Friday the 27th, rounds 3 and 4 taking place there. Then there's an update on the Prague Debate Spring in Czech Republic. It's from Friday 17th to Saturday 18th of February. Sadly, this also collides with the Senior League Würzburg weekend, which is rounds 5 through 8 in senior league, so you have to unfortunately make a sadistic choice. If you're both in senior league and interested in Prague, you'll have to pick either of the two, or miss out, possibly miss out on the Senior League Würzburg weekend. Sadly, it's going to be very difficult for us to move this weekend because we have to reserve the hostel, and I think that's already taking place, and it's very difficult to move it because we are, as you know, renting the whole hostel, and it's possible that all other weekends are already blocked, so it's kind of written in stone. There's nothing much we can do about it, sadly. Then we have the Ljutomer SDC, as already mentioned, from Wednesday 8th of March to 12th of March, and an update on the Bratislava SDC in Slovakia, which is 30th of March through Monday the 3rd of April. Then later in the year, on 13th of July to 18th of July, we have the Heart of Europe SDC in Olomouc, Czech Republic, followed by WSDC 2017 in Indonesia, which takes place from the 1st of August to 11th of August. Please contact us if you're interested in attending as a judge, or otherwise help us out. Or otherwise, if you know of any sponsoring opportunities, please let us know if there's a chance that Team Germany can have an alleviation of its financial burden, because it's very expensive to travel all the way to Bali. Okay. Lastly, there's a change with the, if you know, the ARGO Open School Debating Championship in Ploiești, Romania. They've always taken place in beginning of September. There's supposedly a change happening next year, that they're going to move it further ahead into the area of April or so, but we don't have a concrete date yet. And also looking into spring and or summer 2017, we've received an offer from Berlin to have the German School Debating Championship hosted there at a not set time yet. So that offer is on the table. We're currently looking at that and may talk about this on the 10th of December. Any response or feedback from your end would be appreciated on that idea, whether we would like to have GSDC in Berlin. Given the experience that there were no teams from the south in Hamburg at JuHe Open, that may have different reasons, maybe because it was during the fall break or something, we don't really know. But based on that, we're kind of still looking into the viability of having GSDC in Berlin, even though they have lots of teams there. If it's the German Schools Debating Championship, there's no point in having just Berlin teams there and no one else from the south of Germany, for example. So any feedback on that end would be very much appreciated. Otherwise, we'll just currently looking at it. It's superbly open and it's on the table, and we'll look into where to host and when to host GSDC next year. Okay, I think this is pretty much all on my list for now. If I've forgotten anything, then I'll just add it below this video if there's some extra information. Also, please check the webpage www.schoolsdebate.de, and hopefully I'll see you and or your teams, preferably both, at either of our events. Please also attend the AGM on the 10th of December if you're interested in what we're doing, and if you'd like to have a say on where your money goes, and if you generally want to support our cause, then please show up there or send us an email. It's very much appreciated. I'll see you then. Have a nice time. Bye bye.